In the Eastern and Southeastern Europe many centuries ago, when people still believed in the old gods, demons and other creatures, a mysterious entity was inciting fear in the hearts of many brave men. The mysterious entity went by many names. The Balts knew her better as More, while most Slavic people called her Mara, Marzana, Marena, or most commonly referred to her as Morana. Morana was goddess of death, queen of darkness, if you like. She was the symbol of the winter and everything that winter brought with it: hunger, cold, disease and pain. She was also the symbol of the end of the physical life as we mortals know it, so ultimately the symbol of death. You could say Morana wasn't the most pleasant or good entity in the Slavic and Baltic lore. She is in many cases described as an old scary looking hag, much like Baba Yaga and Germanic demon Mare, who would come in the night to sit on victims' chests until they suffocated. Even her name originates from the Indo-European root mer and mor, which means death. Many Slavic words, amongst them moriti, to kill, umreti, to die, or mora, nightmare, come from the same root. But Morana is also described as a beautiful, pale girl with long black hair in a white dress and sometimes with fangs and claws of the wolf. It has been also said that to those who were not afraid of her, she would appear as the beautiful maiden. So Morana wasn't necessarily an evil entity. Let's take a look at the beginnings of the goddess Morana, why people started to worship her, and how did she become the goddess of death. Morana was the daughter of goddess Lada and god Svarog. In many Slavic countries, or better say regions, she was not known as someone that causes pain and death. In the territory of Kiev and Rus, she was actually worshipped as a homemaker and goddess of fertility. With time, however, Morana gradually transformed into an evil messenger of old age, disease and death. So what the hell changed? How did Morana become bringer of death? Well, as described in Slavic lore, Morana seduced Dashbog, the god of the sun and one of the major gods in Slavic mythology. Once Dashbog moved on and found another lover, Morana poisoned him, which makes sense. Here's the free advice, guys: don't play with Slavic women. After being poisoned, Dashbog got pretty mad, obviously, and burned Morana and banished her to Nav. In the Slavic mythology, Nav or Navia is the underworld where the dead reside and over which Veles exercises custody. So the belief of the ancient Slavs was basically that the sun descended into the underworld in the winter, where Morana pulled Dashbog into her embrace and held him until the spring, when he broke free and again brought the sun and warmth. Now there are many variants of the story about Morana, what she was and how she became whatever she became. And while most traditions point back to her role as goddess of death, there are sources in which she was not always bad, but only transforms when Dashbog betrayed her love. So where is Morana today? Well, the tradition was almost forgotten after being banished by the Polish clergy in 1420. Fortunately, the tradition has survived and is today celebrated on March 21st with an interesting ritual. In the ritual, sculpture of Morana is made out of straw and dressed in white cloth. Traditions vary depending on location. In some rituals the sculpture is burned, and in the other the sculpture is taken to the river, where they symbolically drown it. In a way, it is a similar tradition as, for example, Kurenti in Slovenia, that chase away the winter with loud bells. The point of this ritual is swift arrival of the spring and blessing from the crops in the coming year. The video came to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you click that, all YouTube stuff that keeps this channel going. And also, if you haven't yet, go check out my store. You can find a lot of cool stuff there, from t-shirts, hoodies, freaking, pillows, phone cases, whatever. So go check that out if you're interested. And again, thank you for watching, and have a great day.